Are you looking for something to scratch that mobile itch? Then go check out our MMOByte mobile channel and see if any of the games there interest you. Otherwise, we got quite a week for you. There's a new MMORPG in production that could actually shake the genre up. Something that could be even bigger than Black Desert or Guild Wars 2. So with that in mind, sit back, take a moment to relax, and get ready for this week's Weekly Byte of MMORPG news. Let's start this off with Dauntless. Many of you may be unaware, but the game just launched on the PS4 and Xbox One last week, and to rather astounding numbers at that. Phoenix Labs, the team behind Dauntless, revealed that there were over 6 million players across all platforms after the first week had ended, doubling their player count since the PC game launched in open beta. And that shows with queue times for the game numbering in the tens of thousands. Now that the game is officially launched across all platforms, Phoenix Labs are turning their attention to their ongoing massive campaign rework that aims to bring improvements to every aspect of the game. Dauntless is playable cross-platform, meaning that you can play your game on any platform with anybody as part of their One Dauntless system. So last week, Black Desert finally released their Underwater Ruins expansion, which brought with it 3 new explorable areas, the Call of the Ocean event, new enemies, and what would an update be without new loot, right? While the Underwater Ruins expansion added quite a bit in the way of content, Cacao and Pearl Abyss revealed that they're already hard at work on their next update, Star's End, which will bring with it a brand new explorable area themed after the world boss Kazarka. Players will be heading west of Kelfion. According to Cacao, the update is right around the corner, going live on June 5th. Are you guys ready for the new Black Star weapon quest that'll be accompanying the update? I bet you guys can't wait. Who here remembers Wild West Online? You know, that old Western game that launched to an average of like 20 players online concurrently? That game that just, it couldn't figure out how to implement female character models into their game? Yeah, that game. Well, after their studio imploded and the developers ended up working unpaid for 3 whole months, Wild West Online shut down. Thankfully. Now, adding insult to injury, Wild West Online has rebranded itself as a completely new title, New Frontier. New Frontier is a retooled version of Wild West Online, but with aliens and robots. Yeah, we have another open world sandbox game because, you know, we need more of those, set in a futuristic alien infested steampunk world, a world that has already failed in the past. The game went into alpha testing earlier this week while retaining all accounts and purchases made for Wild West Online, so if you're interested in testing the game out, now's the chance, as there will be no wipes between now and the official launch. Korea released info last week regarding a new class for Blade and Soul. The Archers, specifically, will be arriving on Wednesday, June 12th in South Korea. Unfortunately for those of you that played the North American version of the game, NCSoft have not confirmed any Western release date yet. According to NCSoft, however, the normal attacks are auto-target, with some of the skills being free to cast. It's important for players to remain on the move to make full use of the class. No details have been revealed as to which of the races will have access to it, but we should have information on that front soon enough. Who here remembers a time when Revelation Online was actively played? Oh, nobody? Well, at the very least, the game continues to be actively updated for, you know, the handful of you that do play. The new Heaven and Earth update went live onto the servers earlier this week and included with it new features and high-level content to partake of, such as the Zodiac Dungeon, a dungeon that allows you to fight the 12 Zodiac-themed bosses from level 59 and above. Dungeons scale to the level of your group as opposed to being a set level to make encounters challenging all the way up to max level. You gotta give Revelation and My.com credit here. They might have killed their game, and the handling of the game might be some of the worst in the MMO market, but they update it more regularly than almost any other free MMO. Now, this is probably what you've all been waiting for and is possibly the biggest news in the entire video. Kim Jong-hwan is the former CEO of NCSoft Taiwan, the co-founder of Exile Games, and the current managing director of Blizzard Korea. So you can imagine the amount of games he's actually been a part of. The Lineage franchise, ArenaNet's Guild Wars games, Korea's launch of Overwatch, and more recently, the ArcAge MMO. Now, Kim announced that he's leading his very own development team called Nyo and has already obtained over $8 million to invest into a brand new MMORPG. An MMORPG for the PC, not a mobile MMO, not a console MMO. A complete, full-fledged MMORPG powered by Unreal Engine 4, currently titled Project N1. According to Kim, it is going to be combining the elements of high school fantasy and the medieval era, with Project N1 attempting to increase the immersion of the game based off of actions the player makes in-game. We have seen this done to a degree in Guild Wars 2, so I'm definitely interested in seeing how this pans out in a new game. But that's not it. Nyo and Project N1 aren't releasing solely in South Korea. Nyo actually have plans to release Project N1 globally, with North America and Europe being priorities for the launch of the game. Kim stating that he hopes to get the game on Steam. So does this mean that the game will be buy-to-play like Guild Wars 2 or Black Desert, or will the game launch free-to-play on Steam? Unfortunately, nothing more was revealed for now. More updates will come in the near future though, so make sure you stay tuned. This could be the first competition Black Desert has faced in, well, ever. Fresh off of the success of its recent Kickstarter, the free-to-play indie MMO has taken the time to overhaul their website, creating not only a section for fans to pledge additional funds for development, but also a forum to discuss the game. Currently, players have pledged over $20,000 since the Kickstarter ended, and I don't see that slowing down anytime soon. If you want to keep track of development changes, such as the character model differences, or heck, even talk with the team behind the game, then the forum is where you want to be right now. So I recently got into the Torchlight Frontiers alpha test, and I'm currently in the process of recording footage of the game to do a video on. However, in the meantime, I'd like to let everyone know that they have vastly overhauled the leveling system, adding new skill paths, additional XP, and new revival options. Inspiration for the changes made were from Diablo 2 and Torchlight, as it provides more choice and ownership people expect from an ARPG. They openly acknowledged that the game was too slow and grindy, so measures were taken to combat that. Thankfully, since honestly I probably would have hated to have done a video on the game, complained about how slow and grindy the nature of the game was, and then had it patched a day later. Wurm Online. Wait, this game is still somehow alive? MMORPG actually had an update a couple days ago back on May 30th. There were tons of tweaks, bug fixes, and graphical alterations made. And yeah, that was pretty much it, unfortunately. Not much in the way of new content, but hey, they're working on prettifying it, so there's that. It has been a while since I've talked about Crowfall, but as of last week, the team begun the Trial of Maeve, a brand new campaign running through June 12th. Alpha testers, which, unfortunately I'm not one of them, will be able to go at it with one another, attempting to come out on top, winning the gold sigil of Maeve. Yep, as if World of Warcraft Classic wasn't enough to play, as I had mentioned earlier this year, TERA was actually going to be releasing a classic version of their own, on mobile devices. Note though that this is not TERA M, a mobile port of TERA that functions like Lineage 2 Revolution. This is an actual mobile adaptation of the TERA IP being published by Kakao Games in South Korea this summer. Kakao went ahead and released a new teaser for the game, which you're watching right now, and they went on to reveal that the game is set in the same world as the PC version, but tells a new, disconnected story. Long 2, the developer behind TERA Classic, has went on record stating their intention of not only faithfully reproducing the features from its PC counterpart, but also going as far as having this mobile adaptation surpass the PC iteration altogether. Unfortunately, Kakao have not provided any information in the way of a global release, with their only interest, at least presently, being the South Korean market. I don't often cover Final Fantasy XI because honestly it doesn't really get much in the way of updates, comparatively at least to other much larger MMOs, but nevertheless Square Enix have graced us with some good news. Come the 20th anniversary for the game, Square have something very big to deliver for players. What that is completely uncertain as of right now, and heck, they might not even know about it themselves yet. Regardless, they have every intention of providing players a steady flow of new content to look forward to in whatever way they can, taking under consideration the current player base and how much they're allowed to invest with that constraint. I know you're not a fan of My.com, that's fine. Nobody likes My.com. They're like your annoying little sibling that breaks and ruins everything that you enjoy. But I digress. My.com announced last week that Conqueror's Blade, the medieval tactical MMO, will be going into open beta on June 4th. If you are one of the few people that purchased a Founders Pack though, then no doubt you're already in-game, considering the head start was for May 28th. Founders Packs are still available, but honestly I'd advise against them. Shadowbringers is right around the corner. Less than a month away, in fact, and I could not be more excited to sink my teeth into the game. My wife actually took an entire week off work so we could grind through what the game has to offer. Yes, that is how much we enjoy Final Fantasy XIV. Not only do we have our Final Fantasy XIV video planned for this Monday, but when Shadowbringers launches at the end of June, we have plans on live streaming parts of it to share with you all. Just a little heads up for, if you're interested. I'm going a little off topic though. In light of the upcoming Shadowbringers expansion, Square have revealed that the game has surpassed a staggering 16 million players. Now, this isn't concurrent players with active subscriptions, but overall players that have played the game at one point in time. While waiting for the expansion to go live, Square has provided a little grind for interested players in the form of the Moogle Treasure Trove. Players can clear specific dungeons, raids, or main scenario duties to earn irregular tomestones of philosophy, which can be exchanged for a variety of prizes. Prizes in the form of minions, mounts, and even glamour. So if you're looking to occupy yourself for a few weeks, then here you go. If you were keeping an eye on Astellia, then you'd know that last week they revealed their Founders Packs varying from $40 to $100. I won't really go into detail as to what the different packages offer, as that's all available on their website, but I would like to note that the most expensive pack offers the largest head start and access to both the first and second closed betas. One thing that left a lot of potential players, I guess, quite disconcerted was the realization that Astellia is actually completely gender locked, meaning every class is locked to a specific gender. The team behind the English release have stated that they are very against gender locking, and have promised that once a game launches, they'll make every effort to remove all gender restrictions, with the Assassin and Warriors being freely available at launch and the other remaining classes being released at a later date. If you recall though, Bless Online also made promises much like this with regards to releasing certain classes that never made it to the live servers, so honestly, I'm left a little concerned. In my opinion, instead of posturing to the public, they should have just gotten their shit done and they could have been done with it. Like, I don't know, that's just me. But there you have it. That covers the majority of MMO related news that I was made aware of over the last week. If you know of anything that I missed, feel free to hit me up on Twitter or Instagram with a link to the article so I can talk about it. Also, my wife Mrs. Sticks did her very first video a couple weeks ago, 16 things every MMORPG player can relate to. You should definitely go check that out and see how many you can actually relate to. Anyway guys, that is it for me. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more content like this, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.
Oh hey, get your groove on, make it sway. Do your thing, boy, it's okay. I think we'll be more than friends.